Hello all, this is a grinning Viking, back with our Captain Oliver, and boy do we have a twist for you here on Pigmodile. It's my second recording session today. I actually changed the microphone settings a little bit, and have to filter out some pretty serious background hiss on those first ones. So the quality should go up, and if anything sounds weird, anything's ever wrong, you don't like, let me know. I'll work my best to fix stuff like that. We're here on this big block of text called the Saints Haven with two tiny figures waiting for us on the shore. The sounds of gunshot in the horizon. And guinea pigs. And rats. A delegation has come to meet us. The figures are rodents. To your left is a Radis Faber wearing goggles, a blacksmith's apron, an assortment of tools. To the right is an unusually large guinea pig, wearing a helmet and a breastplate reminiscent of nothing so much as the high Middle Ages. The rat steps forward first and bows. Welcome, Captain, to Ratstar Island. I am Edgar, Second Chief Engineer of the 3rd Rat Brigade. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice. The rat steps back, and at precisely the same moment, with what appears to be the ease of long habit, the guinea pig scuttles forward, makes a declamatory chirp. Chirp. Welcome, Captain, to the Isle of Caviar. I am Lady Augusta Deverex Swinch, of the Blackwater Swinches. Seneschal to our King Gracenow, first of his name. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice. Two stand at attention, looking at you expectantly. What choice? Your question must needs be tentative, but they sound so rehearsed. Alike in dignity. Two remarkable rodents stand, sit, squat before you. To whom will you speak first? You know what? Just because I like him more, even though the seneschal and the guinea pigs give you better results that are more useful in the future, namely just a pretty big horror reduction and some food whenever you're passing by, I like the rats more. They're better. I'm going to pick them. I'm going to read their stuff. Maybe if I go all min-maxy next time, I'll go with the seneschal, but I keep wanting to make the mechanically right decision and then going with the cool one. It's a personal flaw. Speak to the chief engineer. His eyes have a wave gold glint to them. He wears his scars like jewels. A stirring speech. You ask the chief engineer to elaborate. He looks at you for a long, measured moment before speaking gruffly. We came to this island to make a home for ourselves, away from London. It's cats and snuffers. It's rat-skin suits. We came to live as citizens of our own republic. We came with our tools, our teeth, our clever hands, and we made a beautiful city by the light of the Rat Star. It shone bright and blue on Mount Ararat. Chief Engineer nods towards a distant hill. One day we braved the depths of the chicken woods. From the top of Mount Ararat we plucked the Rat Star to be our light, our beacon, our flag. But the pigs of Cavi saw the light. They lusted for it. Sent armies to rule us and steal our star, not permit them to take what is ours. We resist to our last breath. Will you join us in defeating them? Yeah, sure. I don't even need to talk to that guinea pig. Whatever, man. I'll help you out. Radis Faber are bros. Time has come to cast your lot with one faction or another. Whom will you favor? Well, the chief engineer, of course. Seems grumpy but honest. Also, you've seen what rat-made weapons can do. Perhaps you'd rather not be on the receiving end of them. If you say attempt to broker peace, it says, sure, their commonalities are more numerous than the differences, and they laugh at you. The only flaw this game has, at least in this storyline that I can see, is not giving you the chance to kick both their asses. Because if they manage to broker peace enough to sit their little furry asses on the beach and pester passing captains until they found one that was stupid enough to help one of them out. Then they can calm their asses down and work things out. But we'll play with this. We'll play with what we got. We'll play with the chief engineer. A rat in the making. You extend a hand to the chief engineer, who shakes it grimly with his tiny little paws. Seneschal hisses and chitters her teeth in disgust, but keeps her distance. You've made the right choice, says the chief engineer. Let me show you around. My apologies for the sound effects, by the way. I don't know how well they turned out. Probably not well. We're a rat in the making now. Oh my god, this, of all the quests, is the biggest text dump. I swear. Like, even multiple repeating ones, this is the biggest text dump. Someone had way too much fun with this. A history lesson. Chief Engineer leads you to the northern side of the island, skirting the chicken woods. You pass through a number of what can only be termed checkpoints, as fierce-eyed rats shoulder their derringers and salute the chief engineer. Soon you come upon a small colony, small in some of the infestations you've encountered in London. Only perhaps 50 rats favor altogether, working diligently to fortify their side of the island. The first thing you notice is a brilliant light, beaming out from a stump of chickenwood about 6 feet high. Bathes the whole settlement in its clear blue glow. It's almost too bright to look at. By its light you can see several raised mounds of earth, suggesting shallow tunnels. An efficient fishing operation, is set up by the water. An albino rat mends nets while others stab sharpened sticks. Okay, I'm gonna stop that, sorry. Into the waves. Further inland is a barracks where a sergeant barks drills at a small squadron of fighters. Your arrival draws attention, and several rats pause in their work to look at you curiously. Welcome, Marina, says the chief engineer, voice warm with pride. Welcome to Marina. Sorry, says the chief engineer, voice warm with pride. My name isn't Marina, it's Oliver. What a twist. It's not much to look at now, but it will be once we've roused the cabbies. Take a stroll around while I summon the War Council. With that, he vanishes into the mount and leaves you to explore. And we'll get the backstory on this once. And like all stuff with this where it's a bit longer, if I do die this first captain, come back again, I will definitely be just skipping it a little bit, but you can always check out the earlier videos. Head to the barracks. The drill sergeant appears to be sizing you up. Can this be all the rats have to fight with? Against the odds. You approach the drill sergeant and go so far as to salute her, which earns you a grunt of satisfaction. The sergeant dismisses her troops and offers you a bit of chickenwood jerky to gnaw on. There's more of us below ground, she explains, but not enough. Cabs are bigger, there's more of them. Better with weapons, they have got the stuff to make them with. Most of us came here stowaways and brought nothing but food, tools, fur on our backs. We can fish, nibble the chicken woods, but we can't make guns out of trees. Cabbies came with their own steamer, and give endless supplies. We raid them sometimes, but there's so few of us. We can never hold on to territory gained for long. That's no consequence. All wants to be left in peace to build our republic, and the Rat Star. She adds, thoughtfully, after a moment. Of course, we want that too. To the beach. What kind of fish might they catch here, and who ever heard of a rat mending nets? Where the green billows play. An albino rat smiles quietly up at you from his mending work, dainty and a little shy. Chickenwood floats, especially when it's dried out and sealed, so we're able to paddle out a bit and cast our nets. We come up with all sorts of things, blind fish, crabs, sometimes a chunk of brown tentacle, but the fishing would never be so good without the Rat Star. He beams in kind. I think only draws good fish and keeps the scary ones at bay. I know the chief science officer doesn't believe But I do. The light is our livelihood. We won't head towards the rats there. Okay. An excitable-looking rat is peering at it through smoky goggles, twitching her whiskers and making notes on what appear to be real paper. A learned astronomer. It's not a star, of course. Not really. But try explaining that to the others. Chief Engineer doesn't want me working too hard to convince them. Says this is better for morale. But just look at it. Look. She offers you her goggles. You manage to work them over just enough of one of your eyes to the truth of what's in the bowl. It's Skintalak. 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 But unlike any you've ever seen before. Blue is a sapphire, but more brilliant. You know, it also gives you this text if you have blue Skintalak on your ship. Well, maybe they could patch that someday. But the text is great, so whatever. Something about the clarity of its color is tremendously soothing. Chief signs off to his pleasure and hands your goggles back. You know, if you had a blue Skintalak, it would be really easy to make peace here, because that's what they're fighting over. This fabulous blue Skintalak. Ah, well. Those of us who've been to the Cavy side of the island, lived to tell of it, say there's plenty of glow there, plenty of light in the water all around, but nothing like this. We took this from the island center, Mount Ararat, only it's not a mountain, of course, anymore. This is a star. It's hollow. Sweet water inside, and coral crawling up the walls of it, but nothing that glows save this. It's ours now, and no one can take it from us. Wait for the War Council. You've done all exploring you want. Time to take action! Yeah, let's continue again. Here's the thing with this. I am 99.9% sure that the only side effect you can get from these is more horror. More terror, rather. And the only downside is just getting your terror up to 100. Now, if you exit out of this after you get your terror up to 100, if you say, well, I can't do this anymore, I failed too much, you bone yourself. Because finishing the quest gives you back enough terror, takes away enough terror, I should say, that you'll be alive when you exit out of the menu. That's the important thing. Never exit out of the menu if it would kill you. Because you could click on another menu instead. It's one of the little mechanical weird things in this game. Like, if you have this one item that can heal you from wounds, you can wait until you get your third wound, the killing wound, to use it. But not if you click out of whatever gave you the wound, instead of clicking into the menu with the items. Really fiddly sometimes if you get up to that. It's really better to just heal when you have 2 wounds if you have that item. Because one misclip could kill you. But, yeah, with this, we're going to go up to Terra 100. We're actually safe as long as we stay in port. If you leave port for even a second with Terra 100, you're just gonna not have a good time. But, yeah, we'll be fine, though. We're gonna pull through. I really hope I'm right about this giving you back some of your terror, otherwise I'm gonna bone myself right here, and we'll have our second captain. But, yeah. I could just give supplies and get less of a reward and stay at Terra 97. But screw that, we're gonna go for one of these. And it's 20% chance either way. I think attacking the cavies gives me slightly better rewards if you're siding with the rats. So I'll go with that. The Officers with Strategy has an description though, so I'll start with this and I'll just go back and forth till I make it. I'm not gonna exit out of here and kill myself until I finish it. Alright, so the Chief Engineer emerges from underground with a motley assortment of other rats. He introduces them as weapons experts, strategists, my apologies, and field commanders. So you're going to help us beat the cavies, he says. A hard edge to his voice. But how, exactly? Funny how you'll listen to me here, but not when it comes to making peace, eh? I'll just attack them myself. I have cannons. I'll steer my ship to the southern side of the island. I'll have at those anachronistic animals. I can say anachronistic animals, but I have trouble with freaking, anyways, let's try this out. Oh, jeez. I lost a crew doing that. I'm so used to siding with the cavies because I have a better reward. And you can't lose crew if you side with the cavies. You pretty much auto-pass it. Oh, jeez, I'm glad I didn't lose more than one crew. I'm down to one left. Maybe I should just give them... I'm going to risk the other one at least once. If I lose a crew, it'll be really unfortunate. I'm going to put it that way. I'll feel really stupid. Alright, a near miss. You gave clear orders. Your navigation was impeccable. It seems the cavies got one of your intentions, coincidentally enough, that they were able to man the guns. The ground pinnacle. You're bracing dollop of what for? Their ship is already sunk, and this group provides tightening targets. It's an impossible battle. The same shame of being defeated by a brace of guinea boars is bad enough. Worse, however, there are several members of your crew who complain that the triumph weaking of the cavies now haunt their dreams. Weaking. Wow. I will wait for the War Council again, because we can't exit port now without dying. Destroy strategy, that has to be less risky, right? In terms of manpower? Engineer a distraction to enable the rats to raid the cavy ships for supplies. Oh good, we can't lose crew this way. Okay. So this is how you get it. If you're at the point we are at, and you have not enough crew to just power through the Irons challenge. Weighed and found wanting. Pretend to take a rat hostage and approach the cavies with a gift, demanding an audience with their seneschal. Battalion encircles you almost immediately. The Norman helmets clank as they purr and chitter among themselves. Well, well, says the seneschal, regarding you with what you suppose a smile. A reversal of fortune? How unlikely! I suppose you'll have no trouble slitting this savage's throat on our behalf. Your fraction of a moment's hesitation is all the confirmation the seneschal needs. See to the ship, she snaps. Half the party scurries to intercept the rats, still from aboard it, screaming war cries that curdle your blood. As for you, says the seneschal, sweetly, thank you very kindly for your gift. I assure you it's most graciously received. More swiftly than you would have thought possible, the seneschal leaps on the rat you hold bound and sinks her incisors into its chest. You escape with your life, but you find yourself unable to forget how the rat screamed and writhed when the seneschal raised her face to you again, his liver gleaming obscenely in her mouth. Yeah, you guys trust me, right? Let's try that exact same thing again. Oh, you lost another rat. I'm so sorry. Oh, let's try that exact same thing again. Why not? We need to do that exact same thing again, guys. Come on. Let's do it. Let's do the time warp again. Oh, my. We're losing a lot of rats here. Maybe I'm secretly with the cavies. No, I'm kidding. Let's try the exact same thing again. Talking mushrooms. Ah, gosh darn it. It's a 20% chance. All it does is increase my tire. So, all we need to do is keep clicking. And we'll get it. I mean, she has to be full on livers eventually. Wow, she likes chicken. She likes liver. Meow mix. Please deliver. This actually has a flat 20% chance. This isn't weighed randomness, which means if you try something enough, eventually it'll sort of cheekily give it to you. This is actually random, so rolling 20% chances, I mean, that's 1 in 5. But you could technically get it first time. You can technically get it never. It's very likely, very amazingly likely, you'll get it quite quickly though. Because, I mean, 1 chance in 5, how many times can you do that, really? And bop it every time. It'd be just ridiculous to do it like 10 times. It's amazingly statistically unlikely, you understand. Yeah, okay. Finally. Okay. A questing beast. You dressed up your one sailor, in a massive shabby cloth smeared with prisoner's honey. I don't know where we got the prisoner's honey. And instruct him to roll around the black earth of the island. Soon you have a glorious mud monster descend crashing through the chickenwood and towards the cavies. This direction works perfectly. The cavies divert their force towards your makeshift beast, leaving the rats with very little opposition as they successfully plunder the grounded ship. They turn triumphant, as does your sailor, laughing, having led the cavies a merry chase. Within a few hours, the rats' diligence has resulted in the building of a remarkable cache of weapons in which they successfully rout their enemy. The rats ever egalitarian. Here are the spoils in addition to the promised food and fuel. We got 1 skintellect, 10 fuel, which makes us set for a while. We gained a heart from doing it that way. We lost 15 terror. You only lose 5 with the cavies, but they have that feast right afterwards that can help you a lot. We have 4 bales of parabola linen. You've given the Ratus Faber all assistance you can. What next? Write a Ratus Faber on board with you. What's a ship without a few rats, after all? The chief engineer can't leave his colony, but he relays your request to his people. The albino rat you saw mending the nets stepped shyly forward. Good at fixing things, he says earnestly. I'd like to see more of the world. You wait for him to gather up some effects and say goodbye to his family before accompanying him on board. We'll try this. There's really no downside except a little whore. 21% is pretty rubbish, but what can you do, right? Interceding back to the cavies. They've been defeated. You can tell they've been ailing without the light of the rat star. Perhaps they've suffered enough? Shake of the head. Yeah, and we're up to 90 terror. Which puts us at risk for a tentacle event, which can just kill without a check 1 crewman. So, hopefully we can get an event to take down some of this whore. You appeal to the chief engineer's moral fortitude and sense of fair play. Perhaps the cavies suffered the loss of the light from the center of the island. Perhaps they were only trying to get it back, not steal it from the rats. Excuse me, I just turned the cough there. I only do that for you and my doctor. The chief engineer looks troubled, but shakes his head. You fought 1 battle, Captain, he says gravely. You fought hundreds against them. I beg to differ. I fought hundreds against them right now. Don't you remember the loss of life? Don't you remember all the livers? All the livers glistening in the teeth. They're monsters, pure and simple. Well, yeah, they kind of are. And the sooner we're rid of them, the better. Rid of them, you see by the light of the skintellect, a dozen rats using the steam pinnacle supplies to build something that looks remarkably like a sausage machine. Well, and we could try to steal the rat star. And we got a good chance. And this is a really good item. But, I mean... Maybe I should steal the rat star. 2%. Perhaps you think you deserve it as you do. Perhaps it's what you wanted all along. In either case, it should be an easy enough matter to snatch it from under the rats' noses when they're busy hurting their prisoners. Yes, do I want to steal this rat star? It's a very good item. It's a very good item. I have better than half chance. Well, you know what? I tell you what. I'm gonna take a little break from recording here. It's about time for lunch. And I'll come back and decide that, and I'll see you next episode. Or maybe I'll splice them together. We'll see how long this is. Either way, as always, like it. Let me know what you liked. If you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, dislike it. Let me know what I did wrong. I can fix it. I mean, you're this far into the videos. You like the series enough to keep watching. Let me know what's bugging you, and I'll do what I can, seriously. Sometimes it's an either-or choice, because people like things either way, like the text reading, for example. And you can't always please everybody, but I'll do what I can, because you're an awesome dude for sticking in this long. It's pretty cool of you. Thanks so much.